What's up YouTube? Haven't made a update video for a while. I've been a bit busy with work and personal shit, so I'm going to make a one now. I've got some time on my hands, so I thought I'll make one for you guys. You're going to have to excuse my my voice. I've got a bit of a stuffed nose and a bit of a rough voice at the minute, but yeah. Right, couple of changes have happened, a couple of bad things, some good news as well, some things for you guys to look out for, and whatnot. So yeah, I'll start with, as always, probably Hunter, the Bosc. This is she. She is coming up to 2 years old now, and she is a stupidly tame Bosc. I get a lot of people ask me how I've managed to get her so tame, and to be honest guys, the answer to that is I haven't, to be honest. She's just stupidly tame, naturally. I've not done any taming techniques, if you like, or anything like that. I just do what I do with it, and she seems to have tamed down quite well. When I say I do what I do with her, I mean I feed her a handler sometimes, and I've had her since she was quite young, about 3 months old. So yeah, this is her enclosure. A couple of things have changed. I have now made it a bit more enriching for her. I've put a 2-foot UV tube up there, just to see if that's going to make any difference in her activity or anything like that. Because I don't know if you guys know or not, but I do have a 4-foot fluorescent here, but it's just a fluorescent tube. It's not UV or anything. It doesn't emit any UV rays. So I thought I had a spare 2-foot fitting, so I thought, hey, I'll stick a 2-foot tube in there, see if I can see any improvement on her behaviour or her activity. As of yet, there has been none. But then again, I did just put it in yesterday. Same sort of stuff here: sand, soil, mixed substrate, about a foot deep. Not ideal for female Bosc, I know. I've had so many comments about that. But recently, with personal issues, I haven't had time to build a new Viv. Again, I do know that don't get the rep if you can't afford the vet and all that sort of thing, and if you can't afford the enclosures and all that jazz. But it's something that's happening very, very soon in the future, as I'll probably tell you guys later on in the video. What I've done in here is obviously I've got all the bits of wood. I've given it back a 3-foot cork bark tube there, as you can see through the dirty glass. Which actually needs a clean. That's actually quite very dirty. But yeah, 3-foot cork bark tube all the way down there. Giving her that back, so it'll give her a bit more floor space, well, a bit more surface area if you like. Gives her something to climb on, because I've noticed she's been climbing or trying to climb on these support bars here quite a lot recently. So I thought I'd put that in. It's not going to do her any harm. She loves burrowing in a little drain pipe here. As you can see, the soil scuffed up here where she's been digging out. What else has she been doing? Nothing much really, apart from, well, nothing much that isn't Bosc like, to be honest. She's awesome. She's feeding well. She had a very rare rat treat the other day, and she managed to eat a large wiener or medium wiener rat, which is, to be honest, was quite impressive. I should have videoed that actually. But yeah. So anyway, that's Hunter. If you guys have any questions about her or anything in her enclosure, hit me up a comment, and I'll see if I can get them answered for you. But yeah, 6x3x2, 6 foot wide, 3 foot tall, 2 foot deep Viv. Actually, I'll just tell you what's going to happen now. That is going to be expanded to about an 8x3x3. Again, I know it's not the ideal setting for her. She ideally needs an 8x4x4. But due to restrictions in this property, and with the constant fall through of moving, I'm just going to do what I can, and that's going to expand a foot this way where all my shit is in the electronics, and it's going to expand a foot over there towards the door. So that's 6 plus 2 is 8. It's also then going to come out a foot this way, obviously, so it'll be 8x3x3. Now, I'm not sure if I will be putting, like, obviously the hot end will be essentially exactly the same as what it is now. I'm not sure if on this end whether I'm going to put another like level, if you like, so it'll be one level here and then a bit of wood on this side to build, well, essentially a shelf which will come 4 or 3 foot out, which that will also be, but then that would make the cold end a lot shallower, if that makes sense to you guys. Between the bottom of the shelf and the top of the soil will be quite shallow. But yeah, I might do that just to give her a bit more surface area and whatnot to move around on. I think she'll appreciate that quite a lot. But yeah, that's the plans for that. I also have plans for the snakes, but I'll get on to that when I get on to them. Up and over here we have Marley, the Crested, which is in here. This is the very first animal that I got from hatchling, if you like, if that makes sense to you guys. Like, I had beardies and whatnot, but they were quite old when I got them, and this is the very first reptile I had from the breeder. So I got her straight from the breeder when she was about 2 or 3 months old. She, to be honest, is, I know I say this all the time, the answer changes, but she's more than likely my favourite, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. She's on orchard box substrate, cork bark tube, tiny cork bark tube there. Not Exoterra vine, because the Exoterra vines are quite thin. This is a vine of sort. It is a reptile vine, and I think it's Reptile 1, maybe? I think, can't remember. But anyway, that vine, some fake plants, a heat mat on the side of the viv there, because it is getting quite cold in here now, especially with the snow and whatnot that we've been having, and it's lit by my iStat spectrum across there. It's on white through the day, and then it goes to red at night. And that keeps the temperatures quite warm as well, actually, through the day, which is quite a good thing, obviously. And so I just change that at night and put it onto the red. So yeah, she seems to be enjoying life in here with a little customised hide, which the guy who made these does not make them anymore, unfortunately, which is also a bit of a bitch, because when I was moving these tubs around, I knocked one of these magnets off and it's down the back of this big rug, which I cannot move, so that's gone forever. Until I make the bigger one anyway. But yeah, she's just in a 45, 60 Exoterra, which will probably do her for the rest of her life, which I hope is long and enjoying for her. Yeah, the cooking oil over there, guys, that is actually quite essential. I shall tell you about that momentarily. To the left of them, guys, I have the 3 rubs. I say rubs, they're tubs, aren't they? 1, 2, 3. And here are the boas. I'll start with this girl here. This is my first boa. Oh, this happens every day of my life. 2 seconds, guys. This is my first boa, like proper boa, like boa constrictor boa, BCI. This is Valentine. She is pastel het, that word that I can't pronounce, Anare. Yep, she's that. And she's doing really well at the minute, bar the mite outbreak which I've had, which consumes everything. Yeah, recently noticed that she was spending quite a lot of time in the water and one of her eyes looked quite recessed. So I decided to just have a look around. Couldn't see any mites or anything, but when she left the water bowl, there was little black dots in there which looked like mites. So yeah, guys, unfortunately she had mites, so I gave her the home remedy of cooking oil, where you cover the snake in cooking oil for, obviously, leave as much off the nostrils as possible and cover as much of the body as possible for 20 minutes, which suffocates the mites that are under the scales and whatnot. Obviously thoroughly wash it off in some warm water. Make sure it's all off before she gets put back in here. While she was soaking, if you like, in the oil, give the rub or tub a 5% bleach solution wash. Did that 2 days ago. I've got to do it again tonight, and then again in a week's time, so it's once and then 48 hours later, then a week later. And to be honest, since the first one, she hasn't had any mites. There's no black things on the substrate at all. Obviously she is very speckly anyway, so you can't really tell on her. But yeah, guys. So that looks like it's worked quite well for now, but we'll see. 2 seconds, I'll pop her back. Now this little girl, well, I say little, she's the biggest of my boas in a minute. The 2010, sorry, she was 2012 CB212. This is my CB10 Het Snow female, and she is very active at the minute. This is she, and unfortunately, as you can see, she does have mites as well, which so she'll be getting dealt with pretty much straight after this video. I noticed him just before I started making this video, but thought I'd do this anyway. I'm not sure if I want a video doing the mite treatment, because it's not really a good thing to show. Fair enough the process is, but then again, not the actual thing. Oh, awesome. That's on the floor now. You actually can see one of the mites right there on the water bowl, unfortunately. But yeah, so this is her. She's getting quite aggressive actually recently, but that's probably just due to the mites and the stress and whatnot, so they'll be done pretty much straight after this video. But yeah, she's eating well. She's eating small vats at the minute, feeding every time. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that she's doing. Bear with me, guys. And last but not least is the male CB10 snow. It always amazes me. The size difference between this male CB12 and this female. Sorry, male CB10 and this female CB10. But then again, everyone knows the female snakes are bigger than the males, or in boas anyway. Now this guy went to the mite treatment last night. But unfortunately, by the looks of this guy, there's still some black dots around in his viv, like you can see a couple right next to him there. So he'll definitely need it done again tomorrow night, which is 48 hours after the first treatment. These two guys, by the way, still don't have a name. I need a name for these two. CB10 snow. CB10 het snow boas. These guys definitely need a name. But yeah, looking around his viv, I can see some small black dots. So he is going to need mite treatment again. His eyes aren't as recessed as Valentine's were though, but I can't really see any mites on him. But then again, that's not to say they're not there. Which is also, guys, why these three are all in very, very, very minimum setups. There's no decor in here. There's no hide, because the hides the mites obviously get into. So for now, these are in a minimal setup. Until the mites go away, which hopefully will be quite soon. If not, then I will buy some proper, obviously, mite off or something like that it's called, or mite away, or one of those generic funny mite names of things. But hopefully we won't get that far. Plans for the future. I am picking up as soon as in either the end of this month or as soon as the mite issue is gone. If that takes longer than the end of this month, obviously, as I hope you guys will understand, I want to get rid of the mites before I bring any more animals into the home. I am getting a CB12 male CA motley stripe. Looking forward to that guy coming. I've seen pictures of him. He's absolutely gorgeous, stunning little guy. But by a local guy, well, I say local, he's about 37 miles away from me or so, but it's worth it for this guy. Yeah, getting a CB10 CA motley stripe boa from him. Should be a pretty little guy. He's quite dark in colours as well, which is pretty good. And what I'll do is he will be kept in one of these small rubs. Well, I say small, one of these tubs until the end of March. And then at the end of March, I'm building literally the identical size viv of this one, which is 3x2x6, which will go on top of the Bosc's viv, and it'll be split into. Actually, if you guys hold on 2 seconds, over here I have some crudely drawn out plans right next to my bed sofa. Here. This is what essentially will be made. But obviously it will be straight. So yeah, that'll be made with obviously like 1, 2, 3, 4 vivs for the 4 boas that I'll have by then, and that will be placed literally on top of this Bosc's viv. I know it can hold the weight. I've stood on here. Well, actually, me and a friend have stood on here, and we're not light guys, so it can definitely hold the weight of that. I'm not sure if I'm going to put laminate glass in, or just use perspex, or just use normal single pane glass. I'm not sure about that yet, but these are all things obviously I've got like a month and a bit to work out on. So yep, so that'll be on top of here. Also guys, very soon I will have my hands, one of the very first people, if you like, the beta test, outside of the alpha test, which is where obviously people who made the product test it, and then obviously people outside of the people who made it, which is the beta test, they test it, which would be me, the iStat Freedom. Now you guys want to see this thing. This is awesome. It is Bluetooth connectivity. It can control everything, UV lights, basking spot temperatures. It's got an application for fans. It's got an Android app application, as far as I'm aware. It's got an iPhone application coming out pretty soon as well. You can control it from your computer, from your laptop, from your phone. Set hourly temperatures. It's going to be awesome, guys. You guys definitely need to see this. It's going to have actually an input as well for the iStat Freedom up there. Not Freedom, sorry, the iStat Spectrum, the lights. It's seriously going to be a really good piece of kit. I'm going to be testing that out, guys, and making a review video for you guys. But look out for that, because that is going to be absolutely awesome. And from what I know, it's going to have 2 plugs, so every single thing will be controlled by 2 plugs into an outlet, and everything else will just be plugged into there somehow. I'm not entirely sure, guys, don't quote me on all of this, this is just what I've heard, but it's going to be off the chain if you want to be American about it all. So yeah, guys, keep an eye out for that. I should be getting my hands on that relatively soon. As soon as I do it, I'll show you an unboxing what you get. I'll show you a video of me setting it up, and then I will be compiling, maybe making a I cannot say this. What's the word now? Ah, my life. Can't think of the word, but a video of lots of other videos, which isn't a montage, of like day-to-day reviews, like small little 2-minute clips of how well I think it's doing that day and what I've found out and things like that. Compiling that all into one big video, and then giving you a massive review on it, showing you how it all works, what the features are, what it does, it's just, guys, you should see it. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, until next time, guys, I'll let you guys go, and thanks for watching, and definitely keep an eye out for the iStat Freedom, guys. Until next time.